Hello, biologists. This is Miss Fabrizio coming to you from my classroom set up in my house that I'm currently in. I hope you all are well and with loved ones as I am, and you guys are staying safe mentally, physically, emotionally with all that's going on in our world right now. So, welcome. I see that you made it to our YouTube channel, my YouTube channel. So now I'm becoming a vlogger, vlogging to you guys about biology and all that good stuff. So, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. And I'm ready to start this wild journey with you of online teaching. So, I wanted to make sure that we had my contact information. If you guys have any questions, concerns at all, I cannot stress this enough. Please reach out to me. This is my email and my number that I can reach calls or text at. So feel free to do whatever you're most comfortable with. You can leave a comment on this video. You can leave a comment on Google Classroom. You guys have already been emailing me and texting me and even on Google Classroom. So I'm really impressed with how you guys are handling this. I can see that you're ready to learn and to continue learning. So today, I just wanted to make sure that you guys know what we're going to be talking about. So to be as transparent as possible, the standard that we're using is right up here, HS LS31 biology standard. So it's all about how traits are passed on from parent to offspring. And right now we're really focusing on how DNA makes RNA, which then makes proteins, which code for different traits that we have. So my eye color, my hair color, the color of my skin, my blood type, how that's all coded for in my DNA and expressed in different ways. Our objective for the day is to describe how DNA is transcribed and translated to create proteins to express traits. So we're really going to be focusing on our mini QPA1 on the Thursday before we left school for these 3 weeks on March 12th, I believe. We got started on this, so some of you may have finished it, and that's awesome. You guys have been emailing me. Great job. I'm real proud of you. So we're going to continue this for one more day so that you guys are able to get it done and do what you got to do. So this is going to be posted on Google Classroom for you guys. I'll have an English copy and a Spanish copy. So we're really focusing on the mini QPA. So a little bit of review. I'm not going to give you guys too much away because this mini QPA is about you guys showing to me what you know, not me giving you the answers. So what is DNA? So DNA is the genetic information for our bodies. So it has different genes on it that code for different things. And code meaning that they are programmed for different traits, right? So DNA is then transcribed into mRNA, which stands for messenger RNA. mRNA is translated into amino acids. And remember that amino acids are the building blocks for proteins. Codons are these 3 segments of mRNA that read in a code to make amino acids. So 3 mRNAs make up a codon, which make up that code for a specific amino acid. So these specific amino acids code for specific traits. Okay, so that was really quick, and I wanted to make it short and sweet for you guys, so it's not too much of me just talking and you guys watching this video and hearing me drone on and on. So I am going to have this video here as a little refresher for you, and then also on Google Classroom, I'm going to post different resources. So I believe I already posted are the different slides that we have already gone over in class before this break from the physical classroom. And then I'm going to post some videos about transcription and translation in case you guys need those. So use that as necessary. Use your resources, you guys. We got to make sure we're using our resources. So first for mini QPA1, I have it pulled up. Let me just open, courtesy of my mom. Thanks for letting me use her iPad. So step 1 of our mini QPA, you guys should have some document that looks like this. Oh, it's not. So on page 1, it tells us part 1 in writing or in a drawing, you are going to illustrate to me how DNA eventually codes for amino acids. So how do we get from DNA, from these genes in our DNA, into traits that you and I can see? So you guys need to make sure that I did not think for glare for this, but make sure that you guys are using your word bank that's in our word bank right up here. That's in I'm on page 1, by the way, of your QPA, if you have a physical copy or the one online. So we have a word bank over here to make sure you guys are using that word bank. There's a glossary for different words, so DNA, RNA, transcription, translation, in case we need a refresher on what that means. But it's really important that we're using the word bank that's on page 1, whether we are drawing or writing how we get from DNA to RNA. We need to see all those words. So I really want to make sure that we're writing like scientists. So you guys need to start using the vocabulary that scientists use. And you guys have a space and even sentence starters to do that on page 2 and page 3 of your mini QPA. Again, I apologize that the glare is happening. And you guys even have sentence starters on page 2. So if you're not sure how to get started with the writing, do that. And also feel free to make your drawings on this page as well. So you guys need to pause the video now if you're going to continue or work on this now. So pause the video right now so you guys are able to get part 1 down. And again, be sure to use this word bank. So I'll point to it while you guys are pausing. Okay, welcome back. You guys should have completed part 1 of mini QPA 1 for this unit. So you were able to describe how we get from DNA to traits that we see. So how does that happen? What's going on in our bodies that make these traits visible to us? And some that aren't even visible, right? So part 2 now is you are given a DNA sequence. You need to transcribe that DNA sequence. And I'm on page 4 in case anybody's following along. So you are transcribing the DNA sequence that it gives you, where it says RNA sequence and it gives you a little space and a line. That's where you're transcribing the bases in this DNA sequence to RNA. Remember, C goes with what, A goes with what, T goes with what. And remember what base we are now seeing that we don't see in DNA and what base we're not going to see in RNA that we did see in DNA. From the RNA sequence, you can use your codon table. So I'm going to post that on Google Classroom for you guys, or you can look it up on your phone, on the internet, in a separate tab, codon table, just search codon table, and they're all the same. Each specific base codes for a specific amino acid. So once you got your mRNA sequence from the DNA template, you're going to see, hey, what amino acids does UAG code for? Okay. And then from this, so this whole template is you figuring out, so page 4 is all you going from DNA to RNA to our amino acids. And then page 5 is all about what genes are being coded for from what amino acids. So we're trying to figure out these 10 different genes and what traits they're expressing in this individual. So you're seeing from the codon table, for example, number 1, that it's valine, serine, and leucine. I'm not even sure which one it is. I don't remember. So then you would say, hey, that one is the one I'm looking for. So this person would be hairless or hairy, depending on what you found out. So what amino acids are present. And once you're done with that, just make sure you're circling, starring, underlining, highlighting whichever gene you're choosing as the one that person is expressing. And then on page 6, I'm going to see all of your guys' wonderful drawing skills. So you're going to draw the individual based on what genes they were coded for, that they were expressing in their body. Okay? So I'm not going to grade you on artistic ability. I, for one, am not a great drawer. So I just want to see that you guys are able to understand what these DNA sequences code for, what it's expressing via these amino acids. Okay? Again, I apologize. I didn't quite think that there would be a lot of glare from that. I wanted to have you guys a copy of my own to point to so you guys know what you're doing. So pause the video now to start part 2. So start transcribing from DNA to RNA and all that good stuff. And I apologize. I did not click the slide, and I don't feel like doing this whole video over, so I'm not going to redo it. It's already been 10 minutes. So I apologize, but this is the words. Again, I'll point to what you got to do. Pause me now so you can finish part 2. Okay, welcome back. You should be completely done with your mini QPA 1 at this point. If you are done, that means that you drew me a wonderful man or woman of whatever genes you were coding for. You figured out what the person looked like, what genes were expressed. So I'm really proud of you. Good job. And if you are done and you're really anxious to get that into me instead of waiting until we see each other again, you can take a picture of it, send it to my email. I'm going to have my email up in just a second so that I can get that for you and grade it for you. So just a look ahead, what we're doing on Monday, March 23rd, 2020, we are going to be continuing on our journey of how traits are passed down from parent to offspring. So how do you look the way that you do? And your body is made up the way that it is. So we're going to be looking at a process called meiosis, how sex cells, so the sperm and the egg cells, divide in a certain way in order to join together, then to make a whole brand new person, and how you don't look like your parents. You're not a carbon copy of your mom or your dad. And you and your siblings don't look exactly alike unless you're an identical twin. And that's something that we'll talk about too, why identical twins are the only people that have the exact same genetic DNA. That's a look ahead. I'm excited. It's really interesting about how humans pass on our traits and why we do it that way. Why is it advantageous for us to do it that way? So as promised, here's my contact information. So if you did finish your mini QPA, you're all set, you're done, you proofread it, everything looks fantastic, great. Snap a pic, send it to me. Email, text, call, and also if you just have any questions at all, so email me, call or text me at this number, leave a message on leave me a message on this video, go onto Google Classroom, leave me a message, whatever you want to do. I'm going to check it multiple times a day, and I will try to get back to you in as quick a way as I can. So that's all for me. I'm going to be signing off and hopefully going to bed soon. It's pretty dark here, as you probably can't see because this little yellow thing is covering the window, but it's pretty dark. So I am going to bed now. See you guys next time.